here we come to the question. And I've written the question out, and I've tried to word it in such a way that we can progress through the question. If God is all-knowing, then He knows when evil, both natural and moral, will happen. If God is all-powerful, then He can stop evil from happening. If God is all good, then He should stop evil from happening. Because evil happens, He must not be all-knowing, or all-powerful, or all-good, or He must not exist. This is the way the argument is often presented. Sometimes it's worded slightly different, but this is the way that the argument exists. This is not a new argument. This goes all the way back to Epicurus, at least to Epicurus, in the 3rd or 4th century. And I would dare say that Epicurus probably is just the first one to write it down. I'm pretty sure that it's been around much longer than Epicurus. It's also a modern question in the sense that during the Enlightenment, humanist David Hume restated the question. Basically, again, trying to use evil as a way to disprove the existence of God. So, how do we respond? How do we deal with this argument? Well, one good question would be, does the question accurately describe God, at least God as we understand Him from a biblical sense? The question describes Him as all-knowing. We call that omniscient. All-powerful. We call that omnipotent. And He is all-good, or benevolent, perfectly moral, things of that nature. Does that fit the description of God that we find in the Bible? I'm just going to give you the short answer, yes. And there in your notes, I've given you plenty of biblical references, and we could continue looking at biblical references to continue to build the case. God is all-knowing, God is all-powerful, and God is morally perfect. So then another question to ask that question would be, is this, the presentation of God in the question, is it an accurate view that the church, both traditionally and today, hold in regard to God? Does the question describe how Christians view God? Once again, I'm going to give you the short answer, yes. That's not to say that not all Christians throughout all history and even today agree on exactly what those things mean, but the question is not misrepresenting the biblical view, and the question is not misrepresenting the historical and traditional views of God.